What's going on, everyone? Today is March 27th, 2024. It is Wednesday. It is your midweek review. We're back at it. Going to keep it short, going to keep it sweet. Today, we had an FOMC member speaking, but it actually hasn't happened yet. It happens at 6 o'clock after market opens, so it didn't really affect the trading day today. But going into tomorrow and Friday, a couple things to note. At 8:30 a.m., you have your GDP quarterly being released, your unemployment claims being released, a price index being released, all three being released at 8:30. At 9:45, you have a Chicago PMI, and at 10 a.m., you have pending home sales monthly, and you have revised consumer sentiment as well. So you've got news at 8:30, 9:45, and 10 a.m. on Thursday. Couple things to note there with regards to red folders and orange folders. And then on Friday, two things to focus on. At 8:30, you have a PCE price index monthly, and then at 11:30 a.m., you have Powell speaking as well. So two main things on Friday is 8:30 and 11:30, and then tomorrow 8:30, 9:45, and 10 a.m. That's it for news. Now we can go ahead and jump into the dollar. Henry, let me know when you have my screen.
You're good.
Okay, so with regards to the dollar, we've traded back up into this weekly SIBI. My target for right now is going to remain on the buy side. I was in the idea that we could potentially trade into the sell side and into this BISI, but when you take the low to the high, you can see price clearly just traded into this discount, and then we are redelivering higher now. So as long as we don't trade all the way down until 103,494, we are now creating a BISI on the weekly, right? Trading into discount, displacing higher. So as long as we don't trade all the way down into this candle's high, we will now then, after this week's closing, have a BISI. I am continuing with a bullish bias with regards to buy side. That would be my main focus. My main and only focus right now would be the buy side liquidity resting at 104,976. So that 105 level, I believe, can be hit. When you go into a daily, a couple things to note, right? You can see what is price doing. It's trading into inefficiencies in the form of a BISI and creating new efficiencies, right? So you can see we've created an inefficiency here, and you can see on Tuesday we dipped down in it and then respected it, right? Very strong closure, not in it, but back above it. So main point of focus is, like I said, 105. I think we can continue going higher. Really not too much else to note there. I would just say, you could even potentially note this down close candle on the weekly if you'd like as a potential order block. Price hasn't quite yet reached into it. I would like to see price leave this for the most part how it is, although we could dig a little bit deeper. But as what price is doing at this current moment, I would like to see if potentially Tuesday's low holds for the week and we continue higher. Now, this is not necessarily correlating, how we want it to in indices right now, as we see, for the most part, a potential rise in indices and a potential rise in dollar. So I am a little hesitant with being super strong biased here. It is definitely a soft bias considering we are just revisiting a higher time frame SIBI, and we also have a monthly SIBI as well. So keep that in the back of your mind. I would just say, as long as we maintain closure above this BISI, we should get a run higher. I would also note too, you're going to want to have closure above the consequent encroachment of this SIBI as well for extra aid and confirmation that we can continue to run higher. If we don't necessarily close above the SIBI and we start to close back through the BISI, we could potentially signal for a run lower back into this buy side inefficiency, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency again, and we could target this low. Just not really clean price action right now at the moment on dollar, so I'm very loose-ended with it, and I have a soft bias. But how price is trading with regards to order flow, which is finding BISIs and displacing and creating new ones off of it, that has to guide me to the idea that we're going to potentially target buy side and continue going higher. Other than that, that's it for me. On to you, Henry.
Very good. We'll take a look at the indices. All right. So starting on the monthly chart, I've got ES on the left, NASDAQ on the right. Looking at a monthly perspective on both, we're just trading higher, continuing with bullish order flow. We're creating BISIs on the way up. We're creating we're closing through prior candles highs over and over and over again. No violation of discount arrays, anything below price. So we have to continue working with bullish order flow, and in that case, we expect higher prices to trade in the form of buy-side liquidity. So the current monthly high, we're expecting that we can go and make a new all-time high on ES and likely on NASDAQ as well. Okay, I'll jump into the weekly charts now. So on ES, you can note this down close candle below as a bullish order block. The fact that we're not even trading back into a discount to reach to that discount array is showing increased bullishness here on ES. And so we can expect that we should just continue trading higher up into the buy side liquidity above here. Okay. On NASDAQ, you can see that we did trade a little bit deeper than we did on ES, still respecting our bullish order block here though. We have not traded down to the mean threshold. We've just traded down to the consequent encroachment, the midpoint of this discount wick right here. Okay, tap that and then closed all the way up at the high end of the wick right there. So I would expect that as the week continues, we can press a bit higher up into this range, if not reaching all the way up for the buy side liquidity as well, right here. Okay, then from a daily perspective, just looking at the dealing range right here on ES, you can see we did not even reach back into a discount. And we're continuing to work higher. We did trade down to the consequent encroachment of this BISI right here. That's the midpoint, which we put a wick through, but not even a candle body below it. And then today expanding nicely up toward the buy side liquidity above. So as we get into tomorrow, Friday is a market holiday for Good Friday, but we'll see if tomorrow we do end up purging the buy side. If it's not done tomorrow, then I would expect that to happen in the following week. Okay. As for NASDAQ, we did drop down. Let me just clear that up right there. We did drop down here into a discount of the daily dealing range, taking this swing low as the most energetic price run up to that high right there. We dropped perfectly into a discount, really nicely respected it there. Also ran out Monday's low there, and then traded back up into a premium of the range. So I'd like to see if Thursday can continue and expand up toward the buy side as well. As long as we continue to respect this BISI right here, I will continue to expect higher prices in NASDAQ. That is all for me. Carson, any last thoughts on indices?
Nope, I'm all good. I caught a little trade this morning. I will be giving a little trade recap in the community for the ones behind the scenes later tonight. Curious to see, obviously, if we get our run, we get our run tomorrow. Be nice to see if I can catch an opportunity there. If not, probably going to save it for the back burner and go ahead and give it a stab early next week. Other than that, that's it. Just be patient, trade safe, follow your plan, stick to it, die for it.
Okay, good stuff. That's all from me. So, yeah, be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, everyone.